what you can do with Spanish moss. We have inventor Steve McBride here from the Terrace Community Garden. He's the vice president. It's found in the greater Tampa Bay area, and he's going to tell you how he invented a new kind of dry fertilizer using Spanish moss. Steve?
Yes, Amanda, I had heard from an herbalist in Valrico, Florida that you could make a really good compost tea out of Spanish moss, and I used that for a while and had great benefits out of it. So I wondered if we might be able to apply that same principle by making a dry fertilizer out of it. So I tried it, and the results were beyond my wildest expectations.
Okay.
They were fantastic.
What kind of plants do you use the fertilizer with?
Mostly fruits and vegetables. I have a organic garden in my backyard, and have probably hundreds of fruits and vegetable plants. And so then, in the idea of constructing the fertilizer, I always look for the livest gray-green fertilizer, the stuff that's thick, and that's what I take. If you try to use the dead stuff, the gray-black.
Okay, so stay away from black.
Stay away from black.
Okay.
Stay away from all gray. You want a gray-green color.
Okay.
And the thicker strands. That means it's a living Spanish moss.
Okay.
It's more nutrient dense, and it's easier to cut, so it's better all around.
Okay.
Okay, so once you find
find some good moss.
Find some good moss. Once you find the right stuff, just kind of. Oh, it's better also if it's a little moist.
Okay.
It makes it easier to cut.
Moist green gray.
Moist green gray. And then kind of straighten it out, and just get your scissors out and go to town on it. Cut up that clump of moss and get it in smaller pieces.
Okay.
And then, once you reach that state, you can set that aside and refine it a little bit.
Okay, so just cut it again.
Just cut it again, get it to where it's kind of like a granular fertilizer, the commercial stuff that you're used to.
Okay.
Get more down to a granular level. And then once you've got it to that point, you take your organic blood meal, dried blood, and we mix in. This is for nitrogen. The Spanish moss is an air plant, and it has all kinds of nutrients and micronutrients, but it's just not real rich in nitrogen. So we're going to give it a nitrogen boost. We put just, it's really just 20%. 20% is the blood meal, and the rest is the Spanish moss.
Okay.
Mix that up.
80% moss, 20%
blood meal.
Okay.
For that nitrogen boost.
Gotcha.
That's needed. And once you've got that nicely mixed, then you just pour it into your bag so you'll have it ready. It's probably better if it's applied within a day or two. I mean, I guess it has a pretty good shelf life, but since this is something that was living, you want to get it out there as soon as possible. So those nutrients will go to the plant rather than just breaking down inside a plastic bag.
So how much do you know, how do you know how much to put in?
Yes. I just will poke like one finger in the root zone and pack the Spanish moss fertilizer into that little hole and then cover it back up. That's good for a small plant, and then I use 2 for a medium-sized plant and 3 finger holes for a larger plant, 3 or 4 or more, I guess if it's a tree.
1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, so now you know when you see this stuff hanging everywhere that it has a great use invented by Steve McBride. Thank you so much. Another video by Garden Gurus.